Hello friends, this video on linear equations in one variable part 9 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So now that we have learned how to solve linear equations, the next question that you might be thinking is, why do we need to solve such equations? Okay, fine. So we understood that, okay, in our real life we come across situations where we can make use of these equations, but why do we need to solve them? So here we will look at some of the applications of linear equations, that what are those kind of questions which keep happening around us. Those are the problems around us and we need to solve them, and to solve them we need to solve linear equations. So let us look at one example of such problems. Let's say that you had some money which you never bothered to calculate, but you just had some money. Maybe your father gave you some money some time back, your grandma gave you some money some time back. So you collected all of them, but you never bothered to calculate them. So you had some amount of money and you spent half of the money on buying books. And then you see that you are finally left with rupees 30. So how much money did you have? So now that, it was just a matter of chance that you never bothered to calculate it before. But now that you have already spent the half of it, so you have exactly spent the half of it in buying books, so you are left with rupees 30. So how would you actually calculate that, how much money did you have? So here I will show you how we can make use of linear equation. So let us assume, because since we don't know how much money you had, so let us assume that you had rupees x. Now x is a variable, so it can take any value, right? Now depending on the equation where it is, it will take a specific value. Now as per this question, you had x money, and how much money did you spend on buying books? Half of x, that means x by 2. And how much money are you left with? That it would be nothing but x minus x by 2, because x by 2 you have spent. So let's say you have 10 rupees, so you have spent 5 rupees, that means 10 minus 5 is what you will be left with. Similarly here, you had x money, you spent x by 2, so you should be left with x minus x by 2. And in the question it is given that this value, the money that is left, that is equal to 30. So basically what is this? This is nothing but a linear equation in one variable. And we already learned how to solve a linear equation in one variable. So let us try to solve this equation. Only then we will be able to calculate the value of x. So when you try to solve it, this is x by 2 is equal to 30, or x is equal to 2 into 30, which is equal to 60. So that means you had rupees 60. So that's the solution. So now for solving these kind of problems, and these problems happen in our life. So to solve these problems, we make use of linear equations. So first we form the equation and then we try to solve it. So let us look at another example. Now let's say that there is a problem statement where you know that there are two brothers, Hari and Harry, and their ages are in the ratio of 5:7. So Hari is the one. So since the ratio is 5:7, that means Hari is younger than Harry. So let's say this is Hari and this is Harry. Now we tell you, now it's the problem statement is given like a puzzle, that 4 years from now the ratio of their ages would be 3:4. So you have to find their present ages. Now you see the ages, their ratio is only given, so you have to calculate their exact ages. So how will you do that? So here also let us assume that their present ages, because the present ages are in the ratio 5:7. So let us say that the present ages are 5x and 7x. So we assume that Hari's present age is 5x and Harry's present age is 7x. Now why did we choose 5x and 7x? Because in this case also the ratio would be 5x by 7x. X and x would cancel, so the ratio would be 5:7. So we have just taken this variable to calculate their exact ages, right? So we have assumed this. Now as per our assumption, what would be their age after 4 years? So after 4 years, what happens to everybody's age? Your age increases by 4. So Hari's age would be 5x plus 4. Similarly, Harry's age would be 7x plus 4. So this little fellow will become 5x plus 4. Similarly, this fellow would become 7x plus 4. So therefore, as per our assumption, the ratio of their ages after 4 years would be how much? So their ratio would be 5x plus 4 divided by 7x plus 4. So as per what we are calculating using x, so this should be the ratio. But as per the question, after 4 years, the ratio should be 3:4. So according to question, this value which we have calculated assuming x is actually equal to 3/4. So that is what our question says. Right? So now if we are able to solve this equation and find out the value of x, then very easily we will be able to calculate their present ages. So let's do that. So how will you solve this equation? This is again in the form of numerator by denominator equal to numerator by denominator, right? So we will cross multiply. So cross multiplication would give 4 into 5x plus 4 is equal to 3 into 7x plus 4. So this would be 20x plus 16 is equal to 21x plus 12. Therefore, 20x minus 21x is equal to 12 minus 16, or minus x is equal to minus 4. Therefore, we can say x is equal to 4. So now that we have calculated the value of x, we can calculate their present ages. So Hari's present age would be 5 into x, that is 5 into 4, which is 20 years. And what would be Harry's present age? His age would be 7 into x, that is 7 into 4, which is 28 years. Therefore, we can say that Harry is 28 years old and Hurry is 20 years old. So using linear equations, we can solve these kind of puzzles as well. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you.